Instagram, live on Facebook, and for TikTok. How you guys doing? Everybody joining me on Instagram, Facebook. What's up? Hope you guys are having a great start to your week and an awesome Titan Tuesday so far. Christian, what's up? Nelson, Tail Spinner, Dale Ashton, what's going on? Jason, what's up? Brazzer, Rivage, Anabolic, Dr. Mark, how you doing? Jones, Jeremy, how you guys doing today? I got a great show for you. Kaji Gus, Randy Vega, what's going on? And I think we're live on TikTok too, so let me just tune in here. So I got everybody, Phoenix, Randy Vega. All right, so got a great show for you guys. Juice 13, what's up? Medihill, Felique, what's going on? Felix, what's going on? All right, so I got a great show for you guys as usual. Pure Intensity, what's going on? Seth Jordan, what's going on? So, we got some good things to talk about today. One is going to be the therapy of the week. And this is probably one of my favorite therapies of all, except for my HRT. I would have to say Hercules Potion is one of my top therapies that I use almost on a daily basis. And it has so many different great benefits. And what it's composed of just makes it even better, right? So let's talk about it a little bit. YG Lee, what's going on? Ethan, how you doing? All right. So when we talk about Hercules Potion, this is one of our most popular injectable amino acid and vitamin blends, and it combines glutamine, arginine, ornithine, lysine, L-citrulline, proline, taurine, NAC, and L-carnitine. So it's got 9 different components for you. And these 9 different components do different things for you. So let's start breaking some of these things down. And then you can think how important this is to your workouts, recovery, and gains, right? Or performance. So we talk about glutamine. And glutamine is an amino acid that helps with recovery. I think you see it in every over-the-counter supplement that's out there with pre-workouts and all this stuff in it. But this is injectable, right? So you're getting a way better transportation rate and absorbency rate with this. Now you have arginine and you have L-citrulline. I put these both together because they're both vasodilators. Great for blood flow and creating nitric oxide, right? That helps the pump and the blood flow. So these are 2 components that work together synergistically along to give you a great pump effect and a long-lasting pump effect too as well. Plus the recovery, plus the liver protection, and the collagen-based amino acid, so proline's in there. That's going to be a good one. L-carnitine has a vast number of different health benefits. And then you have lysine to help boost the immune system. And you're thinking, well, I really don't need to boost the immune system. One, you're in a gym. It's probably a public place, and people are touching weights. You're not be able to wash your hands between that, right? So you might be grabbing people's germs there. 2, when you're working out or doing any strenuous activity, you are putting stress and strain on the body, and specifically the immune system too as well. And you don't want to have that thing break down. So if you have constant stress to it, it might break down. So you want to give it all the support you possibly can. Then we have ornithine. Ornithine is an anti-fatigue amino acid. So longer workouts, more strenuous workouts, that's what you're really going to get out of that amino acid. Then we have NAC. NAC and acetylcysteine, this is great for liver functions, whether you're trying to be preventative of the liver functions or you might have a fatty liver or other issues with the liver. This is a great thing to take for that. Taurine, great for brain function, great for cramping. Then we have L-carnitine. L-carnitine is going to be great for blood flow, muscle building, weight loss, and then you have proline. Proline is a collagen-based amino acid to help the skin, elasticity, all these good things collagen does for the body. All in one injection. And the best thing about this is you can take this on the days you just do strenuous activity. Whether it's going to run a mile, or you're in the gym working out an hour, or you're walking around Disney World all damn day. This is going to be great for you in a number of different ways. And it's all pretty much natural to the body. It's amino acids and that's it. And there's no hormones, no stimulants, nothing bad in here that's going to do anything negative to the body but help. So that's what it's all about. What's going on? BB Pro Neo, what's going on, brother? Hope all is well. Hulk Smash in the house. All right. Let's see who else. All right. Strength Addict. Speaking of citrulline, countless powders have it. Sadly, those bro science products usually get urinated out and you don't even see the benefit. This is true. You have to take such a high dose or such a big serving of some of these different things that are over the counter to even get the effect. And then you're getting all the fillers and all the other garbage that comes along with it, which can cause stomach cramping, nausea. You have to go to the bathroom, right before you start training, which nobody likes to go to a gym bathroom, I don't think, unless they're taking pictures in the stalls, right? Because it's got the good lighting, I guess. But that's it. So, Kaji Gus, when I asked the peptides last week, do the peptides come in injection only, or can they come in pill form or IV form? So they can come in injectable, and they can come in oral form, and some of them come in nasal spray form. You can get them all in sublingual form, right? So sublingual is going to go underneath the tongue, it dissolves, and that's good to go. IV form, you're not going to get the peptides in IV form. IVs have to be done in-house, and most of them are done like peptides with IVs. It's either intramuscular, subcutaneous, oral, nasal. You've got some people that use suppositories too as well. So I wouldn't recommend that, but there's some people out there that do. Attic Queen in the house, what's going on? Dr. Jim, how you doing? Is it going to make me look like Hercules? So, yeah. I mean, anybody that takes this up gets a great result. So whatever you have, it's going to definitely enhance. So if you're veiny already, you're going to be lit up like a Christmas tree. If you got good muscles, right, already, you take this, do a couple sets, you're pumped up and ready to go for a couple hours. There's a reason why this is one of our number one sellers. And it's not just a person that doesn't want to take hormones. This is something for everybody, whether it's a girl, whether it's a guy, any age, 21 and up from us, can take this and get a great effect. And it doesn't mess with hormones. It's not going to mess with stimulants or anything like that. So it's very safe along the way, too, for a lot of patients out there that might have problems or health issues. All right. And all right, so Attic Queen said, hell yeah, Hercules Potion has helped me work with my arms 3 to 4 hours straight in extreme heat before needing a break. Now using it to help with physical therapy for my spinal fusion. Shoot, Attic Queen, man, Jessica, she's done it all pretty much. She's got a lot of bad accidents or injuries, and she's used these things, and they've absolutely helped her 100%, and they've helped me. So, and it helped a number of our other patients out there. So it's just awesome to hear this. And, when you got to work out or you're going to be in the street, it's like her, she's in the strenuous heat. She's going up in attics. She's doing all these different things. You got to have endurance and stamina. And, the longer you have that, the better you're going to play out, right? Because once we start getting fatigued, then we start shortcutting things, or things start not coming to us like they should, right? Whether it's mentally or physically. So just make sure, if you guys are doing in this strenuous activity, you guys can utilize Hercules Potion as well. All right, what else we got here?
Right here.
All right. John, I have a friend who doesn't take anything. His testosterone's 850 and his free is 25.2. His E2 is 80. Is that the reason why he don't feel as good with a free testosterone level that high? That's exactly right. So his 850 and 25.5 are great numbers, depending on which lab you go to, right? Because different lab tests have different reference ranges. I've seen some lab tests that on free, they go up to 200. It's just different reference range for different labs. So depending on where you went. But if you went to LabCorp, right, like we usually do for our patients, then an 850 on a total testosterone is going to be great. And 25.5 would be top of the range for a free. But the E2 at 80, that's the issue here. Now, when you have high E2, which is estradiol, right, this is an estrogen that specifically we test on males. And the reason if this is too high that you're having problems is it's high. And then it's causing water retention, being lethargic, long issues with E2 up could cause fat deposits or possibly gynecomastia too as well. But high estrogen levels can also affect in the bedroom too. So erections can be affected, whether it's too low, or too high. It's all about balance here. It's not about getting one through the roof and the other one's not, right? All the hormones come in harmonic balance and are all working together to give you what your body's doing, right? So don't forget that. DJ Kuba, what's going on? Edward, IB Pro, Melissa Chick, how you doing? Berlin, anything to help with tennis elbow? Absolutely. Revolution Apparel Inc. Great question. And I'm actually dealing with this myself. So, tennis elbow. If you guys don't know what tennis elbow is, never had tennis elbow in your life, let me talk about it here. So, tennis elbow is going to be right here usually. You're going to feel it right in this area, right here. And then you have golf elbow, which is right at the tip of the elbow usually where you're going to feel this. But tennis elbow is right in here. And it's like, we do a backhand with tennis. You'll feel it right here in the forearm. Same way here. And I actually got it on this side right now. But what can help with it or get rid of it? 2 different things. 3 actually. 2 peptides. BPC 157 will do it by itself. If you pair it up with TB 500, you probably get expedited results. Probably about 4 to 6 weeks to be gone. And along the way, the first week or 2, it should feel better. Because, trust me, it can be debilitating to have tennis elbow or golf elbow because any movement is severe pain, right? You're like, oh my God, this hurts so bad. I put it down, I lean on it, oh my God, right? So, and a lot of people deal with this in a lot of different ways right now. Like some put the bands on, the restriction bands, they have a brace. All right, so I thought, before I owned Titan, that, hey, listen, if I put the brace on, that's supposed to help me, right? That feels better. It's nice and tight, secure, it's keeping everything tight together. Here's the problem. You want blood flow to get to the area to help fix the area. If there's no blood flow to the area, then, at that point, it's not going to heal. So you don't want to have that on all the time if you are utilizing that. With BPC 157 TB 500, you can usually directly inject subcutaneous above the area. And like I said, usually get relief pretty quick, right? And those are the 2 I think would help the best. They've helped me through tennis elbow and golf elbow and shoulder pains and patients with torn hamstrings. I mean, you name it pretty much across the board. So if you're having tennis elbow or golf elbow, BPC 157, TB 500 will probably be the best therapies for you to utilize to get through it as quick as possible and to heal. Now, caveat to that. Why do you think you get tennis elbow? This is the thing here. It's usually because of the grip, your grip, or strain on the grip. So, some people might do reverse curls. I used to get it all the time doing reverse curls. I never knew why. And I was doing reverse curls, and I would tweak my wrist, and I would go too far, and I would probably injure something in here. So the way that you get through this, or not have it ever happen again, and I got to get back to this, is you get one of those grippers, and it's all about your grip strength. It's all about that. So keep working it. Even when it hurts right now, use your grip strength and start working it out. Use the BPC 157 TB 500 and you'll get over it very quickly, I promise. All right, G. Torres, what's going on? Edible, what's going on? IB Pro Neil, better not walk around dizzy in this Florida heat. I have, but you know what? Not during this summer. And man, it has been crazy hot here in Florida. So it is what it is. That's the Florida heat. I've sat out in baseball games this summer, though. I was out there this weekend, 6 hours a day, sitting in direct heat, 6 hours a day. Luckily, I had a tent, but sun hit us too, so. Is this good for just general overall health? I think, are you talking about Hercules Potion? Or?
Yeah, Hercules Potion.
So Hercules Potion is good. It's good for general health. I would use maybe, if I had to pick another one for general overall, I'd be Titan Complete because you have B complex in there, branched chain amino acids, L-carnitine, and MIC. So you kind of cover a couple different areas there. But they're both really, really awesome as far as that goes, just kind of what you're looking for. Kaji Gus, you're welcome. Galvez Loans, what's going on? Eric, how you doing? Queen Sheriff, how you doing? Dwayne, how you doing? LS Fit Meal Day, how you doing? Attic Queen, hell yeah, you get ripped on Hercules. It lets you do more activity. More activity you do, the better result you're going to get. More work you put in, the more you're going to get out of anything, right? You work, you're going to get results. This price drop of TRT depending on the patient. So TRT can be a little bit different as far as price-wise, depending on what's prescribed, how it's prescribed to you, what you're getting there. So, it could range. And we usually say between $225 and $375 for a male and $100 to $200 for females, okay? All right, what's Hercules cost, Revolution Apparel? So Hercules Potion is usually $275 for a 30-shot injection therapy package. That means you get 30 mLs of Hercules Potion. If you broke down 1 ml, let's say you're talking about what? $9.50, I think, not even per shot. I mean, for what you're getting, the 9 components almost breaks down to $1 component. And what you're getting there is going to be a lot of bang for the buck, especially what you're going to get result-wise. So that's what the cost is. Now, we do have the discount because this is the therapy of the week. So You guys can get this discount by calling or texting 727-389-3220. Say you want the Hercules Potion and you want the discount, and you guys can get it. Now, listen, anywhere you guys are at in the United States, except for Idaho, so 49 different states, we can service you with almost everything that we do except for IV therapy. Some from hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, libido enhancers, peptide therapy, right? And blood work nationwide too. Libido enhancers with males and females, we cover it all. So whatever you guys need, please contact us and we will take care of you guys. Neil Delito, what's going on? How you doing? Hessman, how you doing? Ujifar, Richie, Lunas, Ab. Sorry guys, I'm butchering some of these. I'm trying to go and shout at everybody. Men and women can take it. That's correct. Men and women can take pretty much all of our therapies. You know, this is not something that's just made for men. Men and women are pretty much the same. We all have the exact same hormones. Our bodies function the exact same, except for a couple different areas, right? Like guys, we don't have periods. We don't have those female organs, just like girls don't have prostates, right? We have prostates as men. So, but majority of the things that function the same, and we have pretty much the exact same, and definitely as far as hormones, just at different levels of what we need. All right. How long on CDC peptides till you can see results and start feeling its benefits? J.S. Martin. Great question. All right, so CDC 1295 and ipamorelin. It's two different peptides we put in one vial for a patient to definitely help them get better results with hopefully raising IGF-1 levels, better sleep patterns, better skin, hair, nails, and anti-aging. So with this, usually you'll see good results. You'll start seeing results within the first month. You should start seeing better sleep habits and results definitely within the first couple weeks. Now, this is not something that's going to be like stand out, right? Like, oh, I'm going to turn to Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that, and that's how fast I can see results. You know, you got to start looking at different results, you know, and it's going to take a little bit of time. I usually say 30 to 60 days, all right? John, a lot of physique-based athletes benefit from therapies in part from muscle growth. But what therapies are good for MMA fighters, wrestlers, boxers, etc.? People are taking a beating in their sport. Okay, so with this, it's a little bit different, where we have physique-based athletes that want therapies in part for muscle growth, right? Because they want to get bigger, stronger, more symmetrical. And then we have therapies for MMA fighters, wrestlers, and boxers. I'd say the exact same across the board. Hercules Potion, Titan Complete, maybe glutathione for some of these guys, right? But, you know, you got to watch out for some of the things depending on where you're at in that sport. And what I mean by that is what level you're at. Are you an amateur? Are you a pro? And what are the rules in your federation? Because some of these federations, they don't allow some of the things that we offer as far as therapies. They're banned substances. And if you get caught with them, then it could cost you, your career, the fight, whatever it is. So this is something that needs to be looked at by the athlete to make sure that they're okay. And we pretty much, I know on our side, most of the banned substances for some of these federations. So, we want to be proactive because I don't want anybody to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. I won't get in trouble. You'll get in trouble as an athlete. I won't get in trouble. But you will. And I don't want that either. I just want somebody to be able to do it and not have any problems. BBC 157 would definitely help. Man, the tennis elbow is no joke. It definitely is not a joke. Tennis elbow and golf elbow, man, they suck. It sucks. And it takes a couple weeks to go away. Dan Wheeler, Titan fam. Hope all is well with everyone. What up, big Dan Wheeler? Big shout to Dan Wheeler in the house. What's going on, brother? Straight chillin', Rob. What's going on? Zaja Vinks. What's going on? Big Guns. Dupree. What's going on? Mudslinger. What's going on? Man, so many people in here. I appreciate all you guys joining me on Titan Talk Tuesday. Next Tuesday, guys, I will not be on Titan Talk Tuesday. I forgot to say at the beginning. Next Tuesday, I will be getting surgery for my hernia. I have an umbilical hernia that needs to be repaired. I was trying to let it go, but, because of the aesthetic purposes, I was just going to deal with it. But it's starting to have other issues, so I got to get it fixed. So I will be in surgery for an hour and a half on Tuesday and probably will be a little bit out of it afterwards. Obviously, I want to get on with you guys. I'll probably do it Monday, so let's just plan for Monday. And I don't know what time yet, so it might be a random time. So just get ready, and when you see me go live, just join in. Deadpool Dad. I'm taking TRT through an outside urologist, paid through the VA. Yet, they only give me 200 milligrams every 2 weeks. They say they can't give me a higher dosage because of the law. That's a lie. Okay, so that's a lie. If you're going to the urologist and it's outside the VA, no problem with that. That's awesome. I'm glad that the government is starting to let people do that because they can't get into the VA or they can't get treated properly. So it's good. But 200 milligrams every 2 weeks is garbage. I'm just going to tell you guys straight out. Especially if you take one shot for the 2 weeks. So what I mean by that, if you take a shot on Monday and you have to go 2 weeks, dude, you're going to be feeling like garbage at the end of that. And there's no reason why they cannot prescribe you 200 milligrams per week. If they say that to you, I have your rebuttal. See, I love it. When I go into a doctor's office, they ain't got me anymore. Before I owned Titan and all this stuff, before I knew Sharice and had Sharice come with me to some of the appointments, I pretty much, went by what the doctor said. Like, this guy's the expert. Like, I'm going to ask him and I'm going to have blind faith in what he says and do it, and that's it. But now the curtain came open. So the ammo that you say, or the rebuttal that you give to this urologist is that, well, if 200 milligrams is the highest dosage because of the law, why were all the clinical studies done on 200 milligrams per week for patients? And they were doing it on 2 weeks, but then they did it on 1 week, and they seen the difference with patients. So you can say that, right? You can rebuttal, say, hey, listen, it was clinically studied at 200 milligrams. What's the problem here? Durations may change, but it was depending on the studies. But this is what the average person is getting, right? I'm not going over this. And you show me where the law says that. It doesn't. It doesn't say that at all. That's how doctors were able to write 300 quantity of oxycodone at a time, right? There was no law that says you could only write this many. It was what the doctor thought was appropriate for the patient to cover the issue. So at that point, like, it's free will. Whatever the doctor wants to write, they write. But that's the problem with some of these guys. They say this and they tell patients false information, and they make it seem like, oh, I'm the good guy, when they are not the good guy and they're doing something that they shouldn't be. They should at least not lie to you and say, listen, what he should have said was, I don't feel comfortable giving you 200 milligrams per week. I feel comfortable because other patients get 200 milligrams every 2 weeks. And okay, that's what he wants to do. You can't argue with that, and that's what the doctor wants to do. It's either stick with him or you go somewhere else. And then the next thing is he giving you an estrogen blocker? And is he giving you anything for, the shrinkage of the testicles, the add-back therapy? I mean, these are things that you need to talk to him about for sure. And then you need to blood test estradiol if he has not given you an estrogen blocker and see where it comes back as. And if that comes back high, then you need to get that taken care of too as well. All right, Annette, do you have any therapies for women going through menopause? Of course, Annette. Annette, we do hormone replacement therapy. So anybody that's going through menopause, premenopause, postmenopause, anything like that, we can definitely help you. If you have any issues, you think your energy's off, you think thyroid's off, you don't have to go through menopause to have hormone imbalances. This is something that younger women are experiencing right now. So at that point, yeah, we have plenty of therapies that help you out through menopause, help you feel better, look better, perform better, getting back to where you were, right? You want to feel good, look good, and just rock it. So we definitely can help you out there. Man, so many questions on here. Marine, how you doing? Great Bodo, John. I've heard of insurance companies shortchanging patients, but doctors too damn. So, yeah, so there are insurance companies now that will say, hey, we're not giving this patient 200 milligrams. We will approve 100 milligrams per patient. Why are they shouldn't be approving any doses or medication per patient. If a pharmacist said that, pharmacists, they're doctor of pharmacology. They're not medical doctors as far as that goes, but they're doctors as far as pharmacology wise, and they do know doses per patient, weights, and all that. So, I give it to maybe a pharmacist to maybe say, but pharmacists aren't going to say no about that either. Listen, I've been doing, like I said, 11 years now, and at that point, like, I've dealt with every compounding pharmacy out there. I'm really good friends with most of the pharmacists and chemists behind all these pharmacies. I've worked with a lot of them personally to create some of our different therapies. And at that point, like, this is not a law. There's no law that states 200 milligrams. But some insurance companies, what they're doing now is instead of giving the vial of 200 milligrams, because what used to happen was is you'd get the prescription for testosterone, and even with us, and you'd be able to get a 10 milliliter testosterone vial. No matter if you got 100 milligrams per week or 50 milligrams per week or whatever it is, you got the 10 ml. Now you won't get the 10 ml. If you're going through insurance, you're probably going to get single ml vials. So they can give you the exact doses of what your monthly medication is. What's up, Stacy? How you doing, girl? I hope all is well. I miss you. So glad to see Stacy Maceda, Fanny Pack Stacy, if you guys know who she is. I love her to death. So at that point, yeah, the insurance companies are garbage. This urologist is garbage. Call him out on his bullshit. And at that point, he's going to be like, he ain't going to know what to say. You're going to catch him, like, quiet.
Did you see the one that says, Deadpool Dad said he referred me to an endocrinologist that says they don't do estradiol protocols? It didn't pop up on this thing for some reason.
Oh, no, I did not. Okay, so that's the other thing. Endocrinologists. Endocrinologists are supposed to be the go-to for hormones. All other doctors, medical doctors, DOs, they go through medical school, yes. But in medical school, they do not go in-depth in hormones. They cover, I think, hormones in like a week. Like, what is a hormone? Testosterone, progesterone, estrogen. But they don't know how it functions, what it converts into, how that all works. They don't go into depth in that. Now, endocrinologists are supposed to go into depth in this, right? And they say they don't do estradiol or protocols. All right, so protocols are just how a regimen is prescribed. That's a protocol. So they are doing protocols. Now, if they're talking about cycling protocols, yeah, I understand that. There's no cycling when it comes to hormone replacement therapy if you really need it. So at that point, if he's calling that a protocol, okay, fine. But estradiol, why? And back to the question to the endocrinologist. So why don't we look at estradiol? It's a hormone that it has in my body, right? And does testosterone aromatize into other hormones? And if so, doesn't it aromatize into estradiol and like DHT and other hormones? Yes, it does. So do you think that inducing this testosterone could be affecting those other hormones? Possibly, right? Now, 200 milligrams per 2 weeks, you might not see a lot of conversion, or you might be going up and down like a roller coaster because everything is getting thrown off. You're injecting 200 milligrams of testosterone. Your body's like, oh, cool. We start getting onto this level. We start feeling better. Everything starts working a little bit. And then, oh, sorry, time's run out. And then you got another week to go. I mean, every 7 days is what the protocol should be for at least 200 milligrams. And you should be splitting the dose. So at that point, you're in an even keel. And you're not going through up and down patterns. Okay? All right. What else we got here? Annette, you're welcome. All right. Yes, here we go. P. Capuludi. I'm sorry if I messed that up. PCA. I think that's what it is. PCA. I'm sorry. All right. So if your test levels are on the low side and you have symptoms, can you try TRT for a year to see if there are improvements? And if not, cut back on it. Of course. So if you have test levels that are low, okay, and you have symptoms. Now, let's say you're 30 years old, okay? You can go on testosterone replacement therapy, hormone replacement therapy, get on it, see how it goes, raise the numbers, and then if you're like, hey, listen, I don't like this, I don't got the money for this, I don't want to do this no more, there is a protocol to get off of testosterone, but your numbers are going to go back to exactly where they are now or even a little bit lower. Your test levels where they are now, no matter what, are going to go down every year by at least 1%, maybe more, depending on lifestyle and environment and all these other good things. So at that point, like, if you want to go on it to see how it's going to affect you, you can definitely do that. And you can get off and go back to where you were at. And you might not be feeling good. You might have the symptoms and all that. And that's just what it's going to be. And if you don't want those symptoms anymore and you want to feel better, then you're probably going to get back on hormone replacement therapy. Your body wasn't made, or I guess it was in the older patterns, but as you're younger, it wasn't made to have low testosterone levels. It really wasn't. If you're in your 20s, your 30s and stuff like that, and you have low testosterone levels, like clinically deficient low testosterone levels, then that's a problem. Usually it's like, before it was like 40s, 50s, 60s, then you start needing testosterone replacement. Now we're starting to see a lot younger people needing this because of all the different imbalances, deficiencies, self-abuse, right? Because there's a lot of people out there, guys and girls, that are taking black market or anabolic steroids. And they're not being monitored, and there's a lot of negative effects or a lot of negative things going on with these people. And at that point, some of these people take it when they're real young because they follow the advice of somebody that's older or has more knowledge than them. And at that point, they take the advice, they utilize the advice, and then after it's all said and done, yeah, they might have had short-term gains or results, but later on, they start paying for it because their levels might crash, and at that point, they're not feeling their best. The body's not working optimal, so it goes to shit. So at that point, like, you know, these are some things you need to really look at, you know, and if you are abusing or taking testosterone or any anabolic steroids, you should be monitored or should at least be doing blood testing to make sure you're okay. You know, it's just so openly and free talked about today. It's just ridiculous. You know, I got, you know, if I go on Facebook or Instagram or even YouTube, you know, you have a lot, now it's even more and more. I think it's just for the views now. You have so many people out there, especially bodybuilders, that are talking about the steroids they're taking and the levels they're taking, and you know, coaches, what they're telling, what they're requiring their clients to do, right, or have them do. I mean, it's crazy. And when you go on to YouTube or Instagram, and you say that I put people on, and you start saying the drugs, Anavar, Primo, Winstrol, like, unless you're getting these from a doctor or from a pharmacy, that's illegal. And for you to even say that you're giving a protocol to somebody and you're not a medical professional, it's illegal. So, I mean, you know, a lot of these people better watch their ass because, man, I'm telling you what, somebody's going to get hurt. A lot of people have already gotten hurt from people being stupid and thinking they know more than they should. And at that point, you know, I just see bad things happening in the future because all these people think that they have the knowledge. And I don't even know everything. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. And I wouldn't say that to anybody. Like, you know, it's just, it is what it is. It's kind of scary, but it's the world we live in. So be careful of who you take the advice from, for sure, 100%. This Cordo, Murda, Magellan, Mr. Wright, do you work with people from California? Yes. So we work with everybody from around the United States, except for Idaho. So anybody that's in the United States, except for Idaho, we got you. Puerto Rico, we got you. Hawaii, we got you. California, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, New York, South Carolina, North Carolina, Rhode Island, all these different places. New York, we got you. All right? So wherever you guys are at, we can take care of you. All you have to do is call or text 727-389-3220. Slant Eyes, what's going on? How you doing? Lee Coleman, what's up? Joe Griff, what's going on? Juan Dominguez, my man Dan Wheeler got a badge. I appreciate it. Appreciate the badge. I love, man. So if you guys purchase a badge, you don't have to. This tells Instagram, the algorithm, hey, listen, this guy's pushing out good content. We want more of it. Deadpool Dad said, they say my levels are good, so it's the law. I can't give you more. I could use cortisol and insulin maybe, even HGH. I'm 46. I served 9 years in the Army for blown up twice and shot once. All right. So let's go back to this again. All right, Deadpool. I'm going to give you all the rebuttals. So they say my levels are good, so it's the law. I can't give you any more. False. All right, so what was your level first off, right? What did he get your level to? That's the question. And the next thing is that, this is so funny. So let's give you an example here, Deadpool Dad. So when we look at a testosterone range from one of our patients, it's from LabCorp and has a free and total. The total reference range is 264 to 916. So technically, if you're at a 265, you got normal testosterone levels. It's on the lower end, but it's normal. If you're at 400, I see some doctors out there saying, that's good, but you still have symptoms. That's not good. It's not all about the number. It's about the number and the patient, their symptoms. Relief is the key word with that. You want symptom relief and you want the numbers to be good, and you take all that in consideration with, you know, family health history, your health history, and they come up with a protocol or regimen for you. So, you know, cortisol and insulin you don't want to mess with. HGH, you know, if he's going to prescribe the HGH to you, you know, because this guy doesn't sound like he's going to prescribe HGH. And there's some different things out there that I think would work a little bit better for you as far as that goes, and will be a fraction of the cost, right, that you could get. You know, 46, you served our country. We appreciate you serving our country, especially being blown up twice and shot once. And you went through the trials and tribulations, and we appreciate it. I do specifically. And at that point, they should be wanting to help our veterans out, you know, get them to feel better. There's a lot of veterans out there that have, PTSD, or they have, brain injury, traumatic brain injury, and people that have traumatic brain injuries. Most of these people have low testosterone levels. Their pituitary could have been damaged, and at that point, this could affect different things in the body as far as hormone-wise, hypothalamus, like all these different things. So at that point, we service a lot of veterans, and a lot of service members, and as much as we can help out, we will. All right, Randy, how you doing? J Squad, Douglas, Bolton Girl, what's going on? Douglas, AS942. I have type 2 diabetes. Would there be a problem with me taking testosterone? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Diabetes type 2, if anything, testosterone replacement therapy should help with sugar levels. It might not take away the type 2 diabetes and get your hemoglobin A1C down that low, but it will improve for sure. And then, listen, with testosterone, if you need it, if you're working out and you're getting rid of belly fat and you're starting to get back in shape and all that, this can reverse insulin resistance, hopefully, and possibly type 2 diabetes. We have had patients who were type 2 diabetic that have no longer or do no longer need medication because their hemoglobin A1C is perfect now. So that's awesome. They change their diet, they change their exercise, they change their lifestyle. And that's really what the big thing is changing the lifestyle. I was at 250 a week ago after a 6-month checkup. The last 6 months I was at 418. This is horrible. 250 is definitely low, right? That's clinically deficient. And 418 is not that good. Remember I was telling you 400? That's good. What are you talking about? That's not good. At 418, you're not even half of the way to the scale. If it was at 916 or whatever it is, I mean, you're not even halfway. There's no way that's good. What I would consider good for a natural person who's never taken testosterone before or anything like that would be probably 700. 800, man, that's good. For a natural reading, I'd take that. That's good. I mean, it's not high. It's not over the range, but it's almost at the top of the range, which is really good for natural. So that's what I would do. And then you got to look at the free testosterone. That's the next thing, Deadpool Dad. What was the free at? Was that low too? Liz Cordova Fit. I started my test therapy 2 months ago with titanmedical. I feel great. Yes. Liz, I am so happy for you. 2 months in and you feel great. That's awesome. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, testosterone replacement therapy, progesterone, hormone replacement therapy in general has helped so many countless people. It's ridiculous. And it's, some of the people, they literally thought that they would never find the answer to the problem. And no doctor has never listened to them like Titan doctors or medical providers. And I take great pride in that. So that's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. Thank you guys. If you guys have any stories about your therapies, please shoot them out to me. Kajigash, that's Strength Thanks. You discussed about 21-year-olds taking substances illegally. I think John is talking about that now, yes. So, yeah, there's a lot of kids out there, and I call them kids because, they're making bad decisions. So 21-year-olds are taking a lot of stuff. There's a lot of younger people out there that are taking a lot of stuff, whether they're 15 years old all the way up to 18 years old. I see some of these professional bodybuilders are coming out, they're saying, I started testosterone when I was 18. Holy shit, guys. Holy shit. I wasn't even thinking about testosterone at 18 years old. At 18 years old, I was thinking, I don't want to take testosterone because I don't want to cheat. That's what I thought back then, for sure. It's not cheating. I just want to make sure everybody understands that. As long as you're within range or a little bit above, you're not cheating, right? You're just optimizing what you have. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Also, the biotin therapy and hair, skin, nail capsules are awesome. Yes. Liz Cordova, biotin therapy and hair, skin, nail capsules. I love the hair, skin, nail capsules. The biotin's great. It's an injectable, so it's not just an oral form you can take. And this can be given IM. It doesn't hurt. I mean, this is a really good one. Sharice is on this right now because of her last COVID stint. She started getting a lot of shedding, losing a lot of hair. And whenever that happens, the biotin therapy, the hair, skin, and nail capsules are awesome. And will definitely help, grow that hair back thicker with the nails, and your skin look a lot better, right? And hopefully glow. So that's awesome. David Marcus Paul, what's going on? DJ Breeze TV, would love to collaborate. Okay, well, let me know. DM me what you want to collaborate on, brother. Let's talk about it. G Dizzy, what's going on? Bad Bull, what's up? Extraordinary, Mike Lennox, Fit, what's going on? I am Rand Boss, Kaji Gus. Has anybody contacted you from Muscle and Fitness Plus yet? No, not yet. Was somebody supposed to? If you guys didn't see today, if you guys are following the Olympia page, Flex Magazine, all that, Titan Medical Center's post went out on their pages today too as well. Mr. Love It, Kill It, what's going on, bro? I hope all is well. Last question. What are the odds of low test causing general anxiety disorder? It can definitely happen. With hormones deficient, this can cause anxiety. So this is something you definitely want to look at here. And hormones are out of balance, out of whack. Like if your testosterone was good, but your estrogen was real high or real low, this can cause anxiety too as well. So this is something you definitely want to take a look at. Make sure everything is where it needs to be. And then you can start like really picking apart like what's really going on to see if that was a problem or something else is the problem. Since you are the king of anti-aging peptides and TRT, thank you. I appreciate that, bro. They definitely need to get a hold of me. You know, I do these lives with, I started with Michael Hearn on Tuesdays too as well. And we did it today at 3 p.m. my time, 12 p.m. his time, because he's over in California. And we have these great talks. And man, there's some great questions out there from people. So I love talking about it. It's awesome. They gave me Cypionate. Yeah, testosterone, all right. Shauna, how you doing? I hope all is well. Tactical Practical Dad, what's going on? Mariana, what's going on? How you doing? Hope all is well. What else we got here? Any more questions? Please shoot them out to me if you guys have any questions for me or you have anything you guys want to talk about. We'll get into it. If not...
You said they gave him the Cypionate.
Yeah, the Cypionate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got a 20-minute warning.
All right, 20 minutes warning. So let's get into some of these different things. All right, so heart attacks. So heart attacks are the leading cause of death for males and females, right? Cardiovascular disease is the number one killer of everybody in the United States. So with this, heart attacks, warnings and signs that should not be ignored. Well, we know that heart attacks can come in two different ways, or if you didn't know that, heart attacks can come in two different ways. There's two different heart attacks you can have. One's like a subtle one you can have, right? And at that point, you know, the signs of this is, you know, you have pressure on your chest, you're sweating profusely, you're breathing, you're lightheaded, and you're about to pass out. So this is called the Hollywood heart attack. And at that point, you know, this is something that you can kind of get over without dying, right? Might want to go to the emergency room afterwards and see what's going on, but this is when blood flow gets cut off from the heart. So when we talk about the other one, we talk about the most dangerous heart attack there is. So with this other heart attack, right, this comes with warning signs, but you have to look for these different warning signs and understand that this isn't from something else. So the warning signs for the real crucial heart attack: neck pain, jaw pain, abdominal pain, and maybe just shortness of breath. Some people, they don't get any warnings. So if you don't get any warnings, you have a heart attack. Like, John told me I was going to get a warning. Why didn't I get this warning? What's going on here? Some, they just come out of the blue, right? And they hit you. And at that point, you know, you're going to have to get to a hospital pretty quick because this could kill you. Now, with this, some people will get abdominal pain, and at that point, that might not be a heart attack. It might be indigestion. Some people get neck pain, jaw pain. This could be from something else. But if you have all three of these things, or you're starting to get these, you really need to look at and see what's going on. Shortness of breath, in any circumstance, you need to see what's going on and really see why you're having shortness of breath, especially if you're having a lot and you're not doing any activity. It's one thing if you go run 10 miles. Of course, you're like, I feel lightheaded. I'm going to pass out. Of course, you exert yourself. But if you haven't exerted yourself at all, and you're walking around, you get up, and you walk, 10 feet, and you're like, oh my God, I'm short of breath. I don't think I'm going to fall out. At that point, this could be something that's concerned, and this could be blocked arteries. This could have a big effect on your health or be terminal. Now, elderly women are the classic group that might present with a heart attack with more abdominal symptoms too as well. So, unfortunately, like I said, not everybody gets the warning signs, and some heart attacks come out of the blue with preceding symptoms. But if you have neck or jaw pain or shortness of breath, you should definitely get this checked out. If you worked out the day before, and you have pain the next day, that could be from muscular pain. So at that point, don't always assume that you're having a heart attack just because you have neck pain. You might have slept wrong. We've all slept wrong. Woke up our neck like, oh, my neck's crinked. And then have to work it out, loosen it up, put heat pads on it. But like I said, just be wary of what's going on with you. And at that point, you might save yourself, or you might save somebody else that you know, right? So it's always good to have this information in your back pocket or in your brain. Good to go. All right, call me Breezy. What's up? What about mini strokes? So mini strokes, kind of the same thing. I mean, you have to watch out for it. And this could happen, especially if you're getting pain down your left arm, shooting pains. You want to look at these different things. And if you have a question about how your heart health is, go get it checked out. So if you're like, oh man, well, I don't know how to do that. What do I do? You can go to a cardiologist, and if you want to go through your insurance company, some insurance companies, you don't need a referral to go to a specialist. Some insurance companies, you need a referral. So what does that mean? Some places, if you don't need a referral, you can make an appointment directly with the cardiologist. Go to the cardiologist and say, listen, I want to do an EKG, I want to do an echocardiogram, I want to make sure my heart health is good. If you need the referral, you have to go to your general practitioner and say, hey, listen, I have a shortness of breath, I don't feel well, I want to see how my heart is. They can write a referral, and then you go to a cardiologist. It's time consuming, do it like that, but it is what it is if you have to jump through the hoops. Go to the cardiologist, you can do the EKG, they can write up for the echocardiogram, you go get the echocardiogram, and then you get the results done, and you can see what's going on. So that's the best thing I can say about mini strokes, right? If you have any, or you're having these symptoms, and this is what it turns into. All right, so the next one, and this one was a pretty good one. Michael Oher, former NFL tackle, known for the blind side, sues to end Tuohys conservatorship. So what happened is basically with this, the guy that was the story of The Blind Side, the movie The Blind Side was made about, okay, played for the Baltimore Ravens as a professional tackle, but now he's come out and he's suing the people that supposedly adopted him in the movie. So in the movie, this white couple adopts this black kid, and they give him a loving home, and he plays football, and he ends up going pro and all this good stuff. It's like a fairy tale type situation. Well, he just found out in February 2023 that the papers he signed was not adoptive papers, and this was 2 decades ago, but were conservatorship papers. Now, if you don't know what a conservatorship is, Britney Spears had one too as well. This means that whoever has a conservatorship decides what you do, when you do it, how you spend money, everything. Every decision is made by them. So you really don't have any say in anything. You're going to do exactly that. If they want you locked up in a hospital all day, that's what you're going to be. You'll be locked up in a hospital all day because they essentially make every decision for you. You have no peace of mind, no freedom, no nothing. Whatever they say goes. So now he's upset about this, right? And I would be too, because he's still underneath the conservatorship. And at that point, what happens is they have full accounting of money. So in the petition on Monday, Oher asked for the conservatorship to be terminated, right? He doesn't want to be in this conservatorship no more. He hasn't had any mental problems, no breakdowns, there's no reason for this. That's one. And then he wants full accounting of the money earned off the use of his name and story. He's also asked to be paid for what he's due along with interest. So that story, The Blind Side, and that was a pretty big movie. It did really good commercially for the studio. It was for Disney. And at that point, it made a lot of money, okay? And this guy says that he didn't receive one dime from that movie. And the movie's about him. Who cares about the family? He's the real, man, this is what this thing's about. It's about him. So at that point, for him not getting any of the money, that's a shame, right? And if these people really did this to him, they need to go to jail at that point, or something needs to happen to them for sure. But the dad says this is false, so at that point, they're going to go back and forth in court, and we're going to see what really happens for this. But they represented themselves as his adoptive parents all the way to the date of the filing of this petition. So at that point, they couldn't say it anymore because it's public knowledge, and it's right there in black and white. So, kind of crazy, and you guys got to watch out for things like this in your future. If you get a lot of money or anything happens to you, watch. The biggest thing I could say and the takeaway from this that I would tell you guys is any contract you sign, make sure you read it all the way through and through. I don't care if it's 20 pages. Take a couple days, read through it, understand it. If you don't understand it, dude, copy it, put it into Google, and Google will tell you and translate what it is. Because before, you like, man, there's lawyer talk in there, and you might not understand it, and only a lawyer could tell you, hey, this is what it means. You can put it in Google, and it'll tell you, too, as well. So if you guys have problems with that, go to Google. I'll definitely help you out. All right. What else we got here? Villa Style, Yola, Braxton, what's going on? Anybody got any questions? Let me know. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the info. You're welcome. Have you heard of TRT helping hypergonadal males? Yes, for sure. I mean, so hypergonadism. Hypergonadism is when basically you don't produce testosterone. That's in your testicles, your gonads, right? So testosterone is the main, medication to help hypergonadism. At that point, it's going to help raise testosterone levels back to where they need to be and make you feel good and all this good stuff. So, yes, absolutely. Hypergonadal males, absolutely testosterone. For sure, 100%. Tattoo 3 Teddy, what's going on? Paulie D, what's up? Anything else? Always read contracts. Pay an attorney for an hour consult and have it read it over. Best few $100 you'll ever spend, for sure, 100%. I agree. Attorneys are a vital thing of business nowadays, especially. You definitely want to get everything looked at, make sure it's all good. And, on the flip side of that, you got to make sure you get a good attorney. There are bad attorneys out there. There are. Whether they're not doing so well for the client or they're just not proficient themselves. I have seen really bad attorneys out there. So, not too many, but a couple. Dia Wellness, how you doing? Jeff Jodway, how you doing? C. Gallo, what's going on? All right. John, I want to meet you in person. Come down to Tampa, brother. I'll be here. I'll be here all the time, man. You let me know, dude. I'll make sure we meet. HCG, good to take with TRT. Absolutely. So that's the gonadal support you really want. HCG and clomiphene, kisspeptin, those are pretty much the big ones, I would say, that are really good with helping with gonadal support. And HCG is going to help in a number of different ways. So, yeah, that's definitely good to take with TRT or HRT for sure, 100%. Ton of bad ones, facts. Christian knows. He's an attorney himself, dude. It's like you're going to get these guys. The real Lois Lane in the house. IMBB Pro, Rachel Daniels. What's going on? Hey, guys, I love you. Love my Titan family. We love Rachel, too. Rachel, wait till you see the Tampa Pro video. We got your little shout out in there and everything. You're going to love it. Yeah, another one for Olympia, guys. Get ready for Olympia. We're going to have all kinds of special guests. Hopefully Rachel will be there. Hopefully Michael Hearn will be there. Hopefully a couple other people will be there, too. I'm going to invite. We'll see. All right, so weekly poll question. Where is your favorite spot to inject Hercules Potion? This is good because you can spot inject Hercules, right? So 26%, and I love seeing this. 26% said I always injected my shoulders. Okay, it's an easy spot to go to. Good. 5% said back and lats. I love doing lats, 100%. The only problem is I have a problem getting to my lats and seeing my lats. I have my shoulder problem, so like you gotta inject right in your lat there. And then the other side, do it bilaterally. Pecs and chest. I did it today. I injected my chest today. Nice little pump going on. It's good. Staying good. That one's one of my favorite spots. A lot of people don't like doing chest because they think they're going to puncture their heart. You're not going to do that. All right. What else? Quads and glutes, 15%. So there are a lot of people do like to do legs, including Drew. He's one of them. I really don't like to do quads and glutes as far as injecting a Hercules Potion. I usually inject it somewhere else, whether it's shoulders, biceps, triceps, chest. Those are my really go-to. I don't like injecting legs at all. And glutes, I save my testosterone, my injections for my glutes because it's an oil, it's a little thicker and all that stuff. So 5% said biceps and triceps. I love it. 7% said all of the above. So whoever they're hitting that day, they're injecting. That's awesome. 37%. I haven't tried this therapy yet. You guys need to get on the bandwagon, especially with it being the therapy of the week. You guys need to utilize this and see what all the hype is about. All right, upcoming events, Titan sponsored events, 9/15 and 9/16. We got the St. Pete Art and Fashion Week. Can't wait for that. Titan Medical Center was the main fashion designer and presenting this fashion week of St. Pete. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. 10/21, we have Hurricane Pro at St. Petersburg Coliseum. Big shout out to Tim Gardner and Tim Gardner Productions. 11/2 to 11/5, we got Olympia in Orlando. I can't wait for that. And all the special guests and all the great things that we're going to have for that. Giveaways and all the special things that we're going to have. I can't wait. 11/19, Festival of Speed at the Ritz-carlton Orlando. We're back out there. And I forgot, 11/18, Cars and Couture at the Motor Enclave. So we got back-to-back events. We were talking about that today. It's going to be crazy, but it's going to be good. So that's it, guys. That is everything that we basically are going to cover today. If you guys have any more questions, shoot them out to me, and I'd be happy to help. They say to inject in my thigh or upper glutes. Glutes is what I would stick with. We start going the upper thigh. The reason I don't like to do legs, because I don't like to do legs. There's a lot more nerve endings in the legs. So you don't want to go in the inner or the outer. You kind of want to stay in the middle and go right to the center of the muscle so it disperses evenly. If you're going to do legs. Me, I like to stick to my glutes and I rotate glute. So let's say it's Monday and Thursday when I'm doing my injections because I split the dose. Monday I'll do on my right side, Thursday I'll do my left side, and then go back on Monday and do my right side, and so on and so on. And I'll move it just a little bit, right? So you're not building up scar tissue or anything else. Okay. Reggie Wilson, what's going on? Mike Shea, how you doing? Jose. I am Chris, what's going on? All Day Glass. Diabolical, how you doing? What's going on, guys? All right. Is there any on here? Is Anavar being discontinued? So the FDA has, they basically took away approval for one of the Anavar oxandrolone companies and brands. It hasn't affected all of oxandrolone. Looking good, John. I appreciate it. And libido enhancers. So we have a ton of different libido enhancers. Libido enhancers we have for males and females, from sildenafil and tadalafil, which is the main active ingredients in Viagra and Cialis. We have PT141, which is great, works in the nervous system for true libido effect. And then what else do we have? We have our Ironmans, which is sildenafil and arginine. We have our Cupid's Candy, which is PT141, tadalafil. That's a good one too, for sure. And oxytocin, that's another big one. All right. He just like me. I inject 200 milligrams of Tren at 16. Is that good? No, that's definitely not good. 200 milligrams of Tren at 16. Tren, I wouldn't even touch. No, for sure. 100% not. Reese Quinn, my name is Jeff. What's going on? I hope all is well with you, Reese. Or Jeff, whatever you go by here. Do you move? I don't know. I don't think I move. My skin is turning black and purple. Is that a sign of muscle gain? Black and purple. Okay. All right. So I think that's going to end today. We'll just end it there. I appreciate all you guys joining for Titan Talk Tuesday every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Next week, I will not be here at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. I'm having surgery. So at that point, I have to have an umbilical hernia surgery get done. And I'll probably do Titan Talk on Monday just to get it in, to make sure I don't miss a show for you guys. So if you have any questions, email them to me. What should I take then? If you're 16 years old, I would work on your diet, getting your nutrition right, getting your training right, getting your sleep right. If you're going to take supplementation, I would start with creatine as one, and then work your way up to things that really do work and are going to give you an advantage in the gym. Whether it's L-arginine, citrulline, ornithine, the amino acids you're going to definitely want to get, BCAAs, branched-chain amino acids, valine, isoleucine, and leucine. Those are going to definitely ones that you're going to put in your regimen for sure. I wouldn't mess with anything else, man. I mean, why? It's 16 years old, dude. Your body hasn't even fully matured. You know, it hasn't even got to where it can, and you're already trying to take it past that level, and you have no idea. You could be doing yourself more damage than good. Just throwing that out there, okay? All right, guys, that's it. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys next week with Titan Talk Tuesday. Might be on Monday next week, but I appreciate it. Wish me luck on the hernia surgery if I don't talk to you then. I appreciate all you guys.